Top of the day, beautiful people. It's a rainy day in San Diego, but I have some great news that I want to share with you. Being a little geeky in the last couple of weeks and really pulling up a ton of data metrics and watching some videos and economists and so on and on. So I want to share the most up-to-date things that are happening here in the real estate market. So I'm not an economist, but so I've been watching different philosophies, different economists, my coaching group with Tom Ferry, and this particular economist that is here in Southern California. So I put together a really geeky, I want to say, report just for you guys. So I'm excited to share this with you. I hope everyone is doing okay. I don't want to say great because it's impossible to do great when you're closed in at home. I hope seriously you and your family are doing okay during this pandemic. Feel free to reach out to me personally if you need anything, and I'm talking about anything. I'm still healthy. I can pick up your grocery, or if you need help with the grocery or anything you might need, you know how to reach out to me. So let's dive into it. I'm going to share my screen so you have a better understanding about it. It might be a little easier for me to share. All right, cool. Let's start. Let's rock and roll. As you can see here, we're going to talk a lot about supply and demand. Those are numbers for San Diego County that were pulled in the last 2 to 3 weeks, actually 3 weeks exactly. So demand, anything in the marketplace is about demand and supply and demand. So the demand in the last 30 days of pending sales activity went down about 27%. So, but obviously there are still buyers in the marketplace that they're buying. I personally, me and my team have been quite busy, but especially below the 1 million mark. Now I'm going to share with you this graph. If you look at this, we have the purple 2017 pending, 18 is green, 19 is orange, and 2020 pending is in blue. As you can see here, we're in the mark, starting the 2000 mark. We, I want to say March, middle of March, we were about 3,500, which is closer to 2017, which was one of the best years in the history of San Diego County as far as the real estate goes. Now, with the lockdown, as you can tell, the end of March and April, we're seeing the number of pending homes dropping drastically. So, I mean, nothing to be really scared about. Yes, obviously people that lost their jobs, some have been furloughed, or whatever the situation is, there is a loss of income. A lot of buyers are not able to buy anymore. So that's why you see the spending dropping down quite a lot. But nothing to be really scared about, because if you really look at what's called the supply at this point, this is San Diego County active listings inventory year after year. If you go back again, 2020, which is the blue line, compared to 1918 and 17, you can tell that we had a problem with the supply. As a matter of fact, before the pandemic and the lockdown, there was a huge problem, especially below the $1 million price point. There was not enough inventory, way too many buyers, at the point that we had about 1 month worth of inventory, which is critical. Now, this is the best part here, between 5,000 and 7,000 homes for sale. Now, as you can tell in April here, in the last few days, the inventory has been climbing up a little bit. We're about 5,000 units for sale. So that's pretty much about 2 months worth of inventory. There's a long way to go to the 7,000. So, the market is moving towards a balanced market and not anymore a buyer's market. So, a seller's market. Doesn't mean that the buyers are getting great deals now on the market. It simply means that there is more of a balanced market, meaning that if we have a little more supply, hopefully in the next few months, we're not going to see the multiple offer scenario like we've been having in the last, in the first quarter here in San Diego. That was a big problem because, unfortunately, when you have so many people competing for the same home, the prices are starting to get a little fake, meaning that people are willing to overpay for a unit even though it's not worth that amount of money, and you start having problems with appraisers. And so so I'm kind of glad that this is actually coming down and getting into a more of a neutral market. So moving along, I want to keep on sharing with you a couple of more. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. It doesn't mean that the buyers are going to get a deal. This is not the Great Recession. So in the Great Recession that we had in 2008, things were totally different. There was about 15 to 20,000 homes for sale. We have not even a third of it right now. Moving along, in the past 2 weeks, the demand for homes over 1.25%, it decreased substantially. Obviously, you have to understand majority of people that they spend that kind of money, they have different investments in stock market, they have different investments in dividends and so on and on. So they took a pretty big hit in the stock market. And the majority of these people are waiting to recover from the stock market before they're actually going to make a purchase in the real estate in the million plus. Some other them, they decide to pull out the money from the stock market and actually making a wise investment into the real estate market, which I'm going to share with you. It's quite interesting here. It becomes the share of inventory at 0 to 750,000 is about 53%. So 53% of the homes on the market are below 750,000, and the expected market time is about 48 days. The share of the current demand is about 73%. So as you can tell, it's still kind of a seller's market here. 750 to a million start getting a little different. The share of the inventory is 15%. Share of current demand is 14%. Moving along, you have 1 million to 1.25 million, 1.25 million to 1.5 million. You have 4% of demand and 3%. So it becomes more of a buyer's market into this point. So, for whatever I was trying to explain to you right now, it's becoming more of a balanced market within the $1 million mark. If you're looking at properties there in $1.5 million plus, it's definitely a buyer's market. I see the days on the market going up in the 320, 360 days. So it'd be almost a year. A couple of areas such as, Rancho Santa Fe, high end in La Jolla and Del Mar, seems like it hasn't been moving. Though I must say, in the last 3 weeks, I've seen a property going into pending for $50 million here in San Diego County. So there's still people, multimillionaires there, they're buying, they feel confident about the real estate market. So, I just, obviously there's always some situations that we can't predict that we can expect. These are just some numbers that I want to share with you. A lot of people have been asking me, hey, what's going on with the distress? We're going to have foreclosures. Look at this. Distressed homes, short sale, and foreclosures combined made only 0.7% of all the listings. And compared to last year, we have 44 total, so which is pretty much what we have right now. So, guys, I don't foresee anything major when it comes to the real estate market here. Obviously, psychology, it's a totally different thing, or emotional impact to the market is totally different. So what I perceive, what I prospect here, and I can see this clearly, we had imagine the speedboat going super fast. Like, January, February, we were going really fast. A lot of homes going into the market, multiple offers going pending. The interest rates being so low created an amazing environment for everyone. Then the lockdown, the pandemic, and the engines completely been shut down. So imagine this quick sports boat, like just basically it's floating on its own without a propeller. What's going to happen is it's going to look kind of drastic in the next month or two, May and June, the numbers, and seeing the spike of inventory going up and the demand going down quite a lot. But it's not as bad as it looks, because think about it. For 3, 4, 5 weeks, people are not allowed to get out of the house. There's a very small percentage of buyers that actually want to take advantage of the situation, and they're willing to risk and go meet with a real estate agent and go check out the homes. And there's a very, very small amount of people trying to sell in today's market with a lockdown. You understand that psychologically, this pandemic kind of messing up everybody. I mean, we're afraid. Everybody's afraid. Otherwise, you wouldn't put a mask on. You wouldn't have the gloves on. So think about that. Do not be afraid if you see some crazy things happening in the next couple of months, that the inventory goes up like crazy and the demand goes down a lot. Eventually, we're going to forget like we forgot everything else. We're still going to be careful how to react with other people, but life is going to go on. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped, and God bless you all. Talk to you soon. Ciao.